Hi everyone, this is Shauna Teresa, RAYAC Executive Officer, and this is my desk. In this monthly video cast, I go over questions that are coming across my desk every single day so we can have much smoother real estate transactions here in York and Adams counties. And the question that I have this month has to deal with Bright MLS. And the question is, if the property that I have listed for sale goes pending before I get it into the MLS system, can I still put it in Bright MLS as a pending listing? So, basic answer to that question is no, you cannot. So Bright MLS has a clear cooperation policy. And I should give the caveat and the date. So we're taping this of June of 2021. So if any of the policies have changed since June of 2021, this is what's in effect right now. So in Bright MLS, they have a clear cooperation policy where if you are taking a listing and you're going to publicly advertise it, it needs to be in the MLS within 1 business day. Or if you're not doing publicly advertising, it needs to go into the MLS within 3 business days. Now, if your seller, for whatever reason, doesn't want the property marketed on Bright MLS, they do have the right to fill out a waiver and send that to Bright MLS. But if they're filling out the waiver and saying they do not want it in Bright MLS, that means there can be no public marketing on the property. But what happens if we have this scenario? So let's say that my intentions are I am going to put it into the MLS system and I'm following the rules. I have 1 business day to get it in there. So I take the listing, I put a sign in the yard, and because the market is hot, all of a sudden I have calls for showings even though I haven't gotten in the MLS. The same day I put the sign in the yard, people come out to see it the same day, they write an offer, and the seller accepts the offer, which the seller has that right to do that before it goes in the MLS. So then at that point, even though so far I followed the rules, I needed to get it in the MLS within 1 business day. It went under contract the same day I publicly marketed the property. Can I put it in Bright MLS as pending? And the answer is no, you cannot. And the reason that Bright MLS has had this philosophy is the reason behind the MLS is that they want you to, the purpose of the MLS is to cooperate with one another and make those properties available to everyone in the MLS system. So if the property was never in the MLS and it went under contract prior to going in the MLS, you only have this option now moving forward, is that you can only enter it into the MLS after the property has settled, and you're entering it in as a comp property at that point. Other things that you should know is when you're entering that property into the MLS after it has sold as for a comp purposes, the only agent or brokerage company who gets credit is the buyer's agent and the buyer's brokerage company. The listing agent and listing brokerage company doesn't get credit. So what do I mean by credit? So when properties are listed in the MLS system, there are different reports that brokers can run out of Bright: agent ranking reports, brokerage ranking reports, to show how their brokerage company compares to other brokerage companies in the area, or how agents compare to other agents in the area. So when it's being entered in for comp purposes only, the listing agent and the listing brokerage company is not getting a credit for that dollar volume of the sale in the MLS. Only the buyer's agent or the buyer's brokerage is getting the credit for that sale. So obviously internally, for your own internal records, you're including that for your own dollar volume sales, but it will not show up as part of those ranking reports in Bright MLS. So what's the solution to this issue? And you want to make sure that your listings are getting into the MLS system before it goes under contract. So do what you can. Put it, potentially you could even put the listing in as a coming soon with just, a shot of the exterior of the property and saying this listing is coming soon, and professional photos are coming. Whatever that option might be, it can go directly from a coming soon listing to active, under contract, or a pending status in Bright MLS, because even though there are no showings allowed when the property is in those coming soon statuses, it is perfectly acceptable that offers may be presented even though the property wasn't shown, and the seller can accept those offers, and it can go under contract directly from a coming soon status. So the bottom line is what Bright is encouraging all agents to do is to get the listings into the MLS as soon as possible and open up the cooperation for all of the MLS subscribers to show the properties. So that is my question of the day. If there's ever any other topic that you would like me to address or cover in this video series, please reach out to me because my doors and ears are always open to you. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day.